is profitability. Is it in the room with us right now? Nintendo, I will literally give you $70 cash money right now for red, blue, yellow, gold, silver. Cash money. No. No.
My emotions. My emotions.
愚蠢的美国人和约翰
John Cena.
没错，先生，因为这个视频是给美国人看的，我们想说什么就说什么，字幕会换的。
This one doesn't work. And this one doesn't work. But no one is seeing your film on the big screen. But people are seeing movie theaters. They're driving past them every day to go to McDonald's. The Shamrock Shake is back. Yes! Yes! Pre-order now! This is how it feels to watch Disney Plus. Hello, I'm here. We are live. Welcome to the Wizard's Crash Out of the Day. I am the real-life fake wizard coming to you live from, well, what looks like a normal wizard streaming destination, but I am not. I am away. And because I am away, I figured it was a good time to bring back the hat and the glasses. Just like last week. We had a good time last week. Last week was fun. I was streaming live from Mexico, where I was deported by ICE. And today I'm streaming from New York City. Yikes. The weather here sucks. Weather here in New York is really terrible. But we have been on the road. There's been a lot of traveling this June, and there will be a lot more traveling coming up. We have a tremendous show today. I don't know if it's going to be a long one, but we have so much to cover today, you guys. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to be with you. I've got a lot of videos in the pipeline that we're working on right now, which is really good. This channel is in a really great spot, and I'm very happy to see all of you here with me now. This is really cool. This is a really cool thing. Most people would kill to have the kind of things that I have to announce today. Now, you're going to notice something. The title of this stream is called Wizard Crash Out, I Don't Care Anymore. Now, typically when you see a title that says I don't care anymore, usually that means there is going to be a lot of crashing out and a lot of terrible, stupid things said. Well, this is the most professional stream on the internet. It very well could result in me saying some stupid, terrible things. But I promise you, I'm going to explain where I'm coming from with a title like that. We're going to get right into it. We're going to get into it. But we do have a lot of things to announce. We do have a lot of things to talk about. The first thing that I have to announce, and this is huge, this is big, comes off the back of me saying there's a good chance I won't be on panels. I won't be doing panels with people. I said this on videos. I've said this on streams that, the kind of message that I put out is usually frowned upon by most channels that are afraid to push the boundaries. They're afraid to challenge the corporate masters who try to ruin everything. And yet, aside from that, or besides that, I have found myself invited to be a permanent panel member on Saturday Night Hypnosis over on the Real Hypnotics channel here on YouTube. And to that, I am thrilled. I am excited. And so starting next Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, I will be one of the panel members on Saturday Night Hypnosis. If I had the correct buttons, I would be pressing the cheer button right now. But this is, again, the most professional stream on the internet, and we don't have anything prepared. So seriously, yes, in all seriousness, yes, I'm thankful for the invitation, and I would be proud to represent fake wizardry on the Saturday Night Hypnosis panel. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to very much not hold my punches, as I haven't in the past in my guest appearances. This is going to be very interesting. Because, and I think that's what we all need more of. We need more, challenging of ideas and challenging of thoughts. And so that I'm very thrilled to be part of that in whatever form that takes. in whatever form that that takes there. That's a deep tan you got from Mexico. Wait, am I really? Because I feel like I look like Mr. Clean here. Like I feel like I look like the Michelin Man with how white I am. Do I actually look tan, chat? That's flattering. That's very flattering. JK. Damn. Darcy Fresh says, dude, they're grifters. They're friends with Geeks and Gamers and Eric July. So okay. So that's an interesting claim. Let's talk about that. Are they? I don't know. I don't really care. I don't necessarily care about that because I refuse to be defined by the actions of others, right? So even if, look, here, put it this way, I don't agree with everything that they're going to say. I'm not going on there to just be a cog in the machine. So, and as I never have been. So there will be things that I will disagree with them on, and I will fight them on it, as we've seen just last week, right? There was a very long-winded argument, and I had a great time, and it was I think needed to be said, needed to be fleshed out there, and we're gonna get more of that. And I think that's a good thing, and we need more of that. So, I mean, you've got some very prominent creators on these panels, and I think it's good to have open dialogue and discussions that I would happily bring to a panel like this. So I don't. So even if you were claim that some of them were grifters, I don't really care. If they were friends with Geeks and Gamers, I don't really care. Friends with Eric July, like I don't really care. I'm going to stand by what I have stood by on this show and bring it to more people. So that's it. So yeah, no, that's a very good point. I'm really glad you brought that up. And it's I'm on look, I've gone on panel shows that I've been invited to, and people say heinous things that I don't agree with. Well, just because I'm on a panel doesn't mean that I agree with everything they say. It also doesn't mean that they agree with everything I say, right? And I think that that's something that's really lost. There's a nuance to it for people to appear on panels where people say like heinous and crazy things. It's like just because you're there doesn't mean you agree with them. And I think we need more discussion. We need more open dialogue. So I welcome it, and I've spoken quite a bit with Hypnotic about this. We've been going back and forth, and I'm really happy to report that my allowance of 7,000 United States dollars per stream is satisfactory for me. And I'm reporting it here to you. That's what the budget is for them to hire me. And it is the highest. I will now be, somebody clip this. I am now the highest paid panelist on Saturday Night Hypnosis at 7,000 US dollars per stream. That is 100% true. I definitely did not make it up right here on the spot. It is cash money. I am receiving cash money for this. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, this is all that is a joke. That is very much a joke. No. Here, you settled for 7,000, should have gone for 10,000 minimum. You know, it was the happy medium. It was the happy medium. You know how negotiations go. You start at 10,000 and then you kind of find that middle ground where everybody's happy. You find that middle ground. Everybody's happy. I could bring value. I get 7,000 out of it every time. We're going to have a good show. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Yes or yes? Yes or yes. All right. So that's number one. That's a big one, you guys. Very excited for that. Obviously, the stipend that I was just joking about, that is very much a joke. No, I'm not being compensated, but I thought that'd be funny because somebody's going to clip that, as I hope, and I hope somebody puts it on Twitter or X because that would be really good. Yes, that's number one. Number one, Saturday Night Hypnosis. I will be a recurring panel member on, which is going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm also thinking I might do some kind of VTubing for that show. Not in the conventional anime VTubing, but I might figure something else out just so that I know that I can get on there without having a camera because I have to travel a lot this summer for work. I don't want to miss anything. Okay. That's number one. Oh, wait, let's see. What's with the bucket hat trend? The bucket hat trend, this is a good question. It means I'm not home. I'm not at headquarters. I'm not at Wizard HQ. So I have to wear something that is a little bit easier on the lights that I have because the lights that I have here are not great. Also, I just thought it would be fun to, the sunglasses and bucket hat. I thought it'd be a little fun. All the more important that you say what you think plainly. If July and his crew are there, you could tell those xenophobic sons of ghosts. Well, look, I don't know anybody else personally. This is kind of important. I've done a pretty, I'd say, good job of isolating myself from most of the YouTube sphere. There's I talk about this often. I've lost a lot of respect for lots of creators, but for different reasons. And I can't make that claim or agree with you on the xenophobic thing. I have no evidence of that. I don't know anything about that. I don't keep up with people. My big topic, my big thing, my reason for being here is to wake people up to the fact that corporations are killing our stories, they're killing heroism, and they're taking advantage of us in everything that we do. The video games, movies, television, entertainment, that is under siege. That is under siege. I don't necessarily care about, and one of the story topics that we're going to get into today, that discusses race changing and race adaptation for storytelling. There's a story we're going to get into today where I'm going to say, as we could see in the title, I don't care. Like Harrison Ford, I don't care anymore about some of these things, right? Other channels have made legacies talking about these things. I don't care. So I can't really get into anything like that. I want to take a stand against corporations. That's my goal here. So I don't know anything about that, but I will stand up for what I believe in when time comes and there's challenges there. So you guys can have your own opinions by all means. That doesn't mean you have to agree with me, but it also means I don't have to agree with you guys all the time, right? Point being is I'm going to stand for what I believe in all the time, always. And I can't be bought. That's the other fun thing. All right, coming in. Midnight Malcontent for a 5 Canadian. Do you have any advice for YouTubers looking to grow their channel? Oh yeah. I have. Okay. I'll give you one good one. I'll give you one good one now. And this goes for anybody in anything you're trying to do. It's the best way to phrase this. Be passionately yourself. And I know that sounds like cliche. I know that sounds kind of lame. That sounds maybe even stupid to you, but be passionately yourself. Stop listening to what other people tell you to do. Stop listening to what other people tell you to be, right? I'm a guy that dresses up like a wizard, and I'm wearing a galaxy hat with sunglasses on a Sunday afternoon. And I'm going to get into ranting about Superman and James Bond and maybe Pixar in a little bit, okay? People are here. We're about to get over 200 people watching this right now across all platforms. And the reason people are here is because, firstly, they trust what I have to say. And I respect the hell out of that. I put my integrity first, and I will hold up my own integrity. My integrity is the most important thing to me, that I stand for what I believe in, and I own that. I cannot be bought. No one can buy me, right? Those are two important things. But then the third is really unapologetically yourself. You have to be you. And you can't let anybody else try to manipulate you or tell you to be something else. You just got to be you, man. Like, that's it. And you make content. Yes, there are tweaks and things that you could do, dance around, clip certain things here. Your titles and thumbnails need to be great. They need to be perfect. You're not going to figure all that out. Most of that is baloney. Most of that is crap. Okay. Most of it is crap. You could have the greatest video in the world on a 0 view channel. Greatest video ever. Your title and thumbnail could be outstanding. It doesn't matter. You're still on a 0 view channel. YouTube's success and success on YouTube is predicated on repetition. YouTube needs to know that you're going to keep posting no matter what, no matter how many views are coming in, that you're going to keep posting. So that is critically important. There's a lot there. I would love to do a whole, like, here is my YouTube approach, But maybe we'll do that at some point in the future. But seriously, you got to be you, man. You have to be unapologetically you, even when you get hate mobbed by comments, even when people are taking your videos and posting you on Reddit. You don't change. You never bow to the mob. You never apologize for things that you believe you've done correctly and efficiently and with purpose. You never apologize for being you, ever, ever, ever. There are people who there are people who want nothing more than for me to say that I take it all back, everyone. I take it all back. I was wrong about Nintendo. I was wrong about Disney. I'll take it all back. And they'll collect my scalp, and no one will ever listen to me ever again. That's what they want. People that try to cancel other people, it's all about collecting trophies. That's it. It's taking a scalp off of another creator, off of another voice of reason for a trophy that means nothing. Look at Splitgate 2. Look at the Splitgate situation. Now, we're not going to cover this really here on stream, but there's a really great story here. Here's a guy that came out at the Game Fest. We streamed it here, and he came out wearing a Make FPS Games Great Again hat. Now, in theory, that hat is only as political as you make it. Okay? Clearly, it's a little edgy. It's cringe. It's a little edgy, but it wasn't an endorsement of American Republican or Democrat politics. The hat said, make FPS great again. Okay. And then, like I said, it's cringe. It's absolute cringe. And then he gets attacked by the hate mob. And then he says he's going to double down, or I'm going to explain this away. And then within a week, he does an apology. And as of right now, Splitgate 2 is dying. Now, is it because of wearing the hat? Or is it because of how he handled the situation after he did that thing? I believe it's because of after how he handled that thing. Was it stupid to go on wearing that hat? Yeah, but at least he had players beforehand. The point being is, in all things, be unapologetically yourself. That's very important. Let's move along. Thank you for that super chat. That is awesome of you. Great question. Great question. Okay. Few more announcements, then we'll get into today's show of I just don't care anymore. Number one, and for those of you just joining, because I know we got a lot of people here. Number one, starting next Saturday, I will be a permanent guest panelist. I guess it's not a guest anymore. I'm just a permanent panelist. I'll be a permanent panelist on Saturday Night Hypnosis. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So starting on Saturdays, I will be on Hypnotic Stream. Number two, this is huge. This is huge. Huge right here. I'm gonna get to these super chats in a second. Guys, the title of this stream, and I'm being very serious right now. The title of this stream is I Don't Care Anymore. And I'm going to give you a presentation. I'm going to present some stories that really talk about why I don't care anymore about modern politics. As far as entertainment, I don't care about, and I don't mean politics like Republican and Democrat. I mean the inner politics of Hollywood. I don't care. I don't care about the new shitty video games that are coming out, the new AAA video. I don't care anymore. I don't care about Superman. I don't care about Jurassic Park. I don't care about Avengers. I don't care about Star Wars. I don't care anymore. So then what's the follow-up question to saying you don't care? Well, the follow-up is, what do you care about? And I guess in this case, we're going to treat this stream as if it's a French film. We're going to treat this as if it's a French film because I'm giving you the spoilers right now as part of this announcement. Starting this summer, we are going to be attending places. We are going to be attending conventions in person. I'm going to have tables at some of them. I'm going to have more announcements on that maybe a little bit later. I could talk about one of them today. But we are going to be attending events, getting to meet you in person, shaking hands, signing babies. You know, that's what we do. That's important to me. Being in the trenches and getting to know you guys in person, that's important to me. The second thing is we have a big platform here, okay? We get lots of views. By the grace of God, we get lots of views. We get a lot of people watching here. And I'm so thankful for that. What I want to do next with this platform is not continue talking about Star Wars. I don't want to continue talking about James Bond. We will when it's important, of course. We will when it's important. But what I really want to do is showcase everyone else. I want to showcase the indie creators who are publishing games on Steam. I want to showcase all of the other people that are making their own shows or their own short films. The people that are gunning for perhaps film awards. I want to showcase the people that are in the process of developing their own games. And so that is extremely important to me. And I've had lots of people who say, "Oh, this is a great comment. I have son of a gun, the ADHD kicked in. I gotta respond to this. As long as you don't go full Sungrand, never go full Sungrand." Well, unfortunately, okay, here's how you know that's never going to happen. Because Nintendo can never want to work with me, nor would I ever want to sell out to them. And I'm not saying that Sungrand is a sellout, but there are a lot of creators on this platform that have ties to other things. They have ties to other corporations. They have ties to other people. I don't have any of those ties. None. And I never will. I will publish my own things independently. If I make an RPG game, it's going out independent. I'll put out my own publishing company. No one will own my voice ever. And I think that's that's a caveat to your comment here that needs to be addressed more often, because going full Sungrand and what you're saying is the man has ties to Nintendo that are connected to his livelihood. So I understand where he is coming from. I can empathize with his position, though I will never put myself there myself. So, I do hope that Sungrand comes back and does. I want to see a comeback story where he salvages his name. I do want to see that. I do think he did good content in the past, and I like an underdog story, you guys. I want Sungrand to come back strong and earn his name back. That's what I want to see. Great comment there. I forgot what I was saying. I have to get back on track. But so what we're going to do moving forward is feature indie developers. That's what I want to do. That's what I want this channel to be a part of, is showcasing other games and channels. Not so much YouTube channels. I don't really care so much about that. I care about people that are making games. I care about the people that are making content. Like, I know I'm personally friends with award-winning directors who've made award-winning films. Those should be seen, right? Like there are pieces of art out there that we are not being shown. We have no idea that it even exists. And the reason for that is because a lot of these people have no avenue to market themselves from. So and here's your second big clip. This is a call out. If you are a game developer, I'm going to take it off. I got to take the glasses off for this. You got to be very real. Oh my gosh, the light's killing me. If you are a game developer, if you are an indie developer, if you are an artist in any way, you're developing television or shows or films, and you are looking for a platform to discuss your content, to have your a platform for your content to be promoted to others that would perhaps share in your art, connect with me, contact me. This platform is going to be open for someone like you to showcase your work on, which is something that I wish more creators did, instead of just focusing on how terrible everything is, instead of just focusing on how terrible Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony all are, and they are all terrible. What we really need is for people like myself and perhaps some of the other creators that I do have respect for to start platforming the replacements for all those other platforms, for all those other companies. Because the best way that we win is, firstly, as I've said in all of my streams and videos, the first way to fight back and the first way to win is to stop spending. That's number one. Number one is to stop spending. Don't buy the games that don't agree with your morals and standards. Don't buy those games. Don't buy those movies. Don't see them in theaters. Don't give them your money. That's number one. Number two is to support the competition. And there's a lot of competition out there. We keep seeing it all the time. Schedule 1 was huge this year. Pal World. We're going to talk about Pal World next. Pal World is huge. That from last year. Competition is there, my friends. And I think we need to do our part to support that. So this is a call out to anybody, game developers, indie developers, in whatever case that might be. You could get in touch with me on Discord. I have a Discord server where you can show your work to others. You can promote your work there totally for free. Connect with me on Twitter, X. I have an X account. Discord would probably be best. Fakewizard.com. You can get there. This is entirely for free. Everything here is for free. Let's fight back together. I think that's important. Now, okay, I got to put these glasses back on because they're prescription and I can't see a damn thing. Fakewizard.com. Check it out. And that's also for you too, everybody watching at home. If you are not a part of my Discord server, join it. Join the Fake Wizard Sanctuary Discord server because it's a good place to connect for games. And here's the next announcement. So, in a couple of days, there's going to be a big Pal World update. And I've decided I want to play Pal World again. And I'm starting a server. And I want to invite a handful of you guys to come and join, play the game with me. My goal is to rush to the end as quickly as possible to get to the end game. Like literally, I'm going to try to do it within the next couple of days. And I'm going to stream it. And it's going to be really important. I got you, Super Chat. I gotta pull it up in a second. I'm getting there. I promise I'm getting there. I'm getting there. This is the most professional stream on the planet, so you got to bear with me. We are professionals here. We're professionally bad. I promise you I'm getting there. And so we're going to do a Pal World stream. I think we're going to start it tonight. I think we're going to start today, maybe this afternoon a little bit. I'm here in New York, so I'm visiting with family. So I'm going to visit with family for a bit, and then we're going to start up this stream. And Pal World, pre or post Nintendo patent strike. We're going whatever the Pal World that is available right now, whatever the installation is that there is today. And if you guys want to join that, for all of you that are Pal World fans, we're starting brand new server, completely empty. I'm going in with nothing, and the goal is to get to the end game in order to be prepared for the upcoming whatever it is, patch update that's coming on the 25th. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Fakewizard.com. Join the Discord server if you'd like to play in that. It is going to be streamed. That will be a lot of fun. Come check that out. And yeah, we'll do that a little later today. Okay, getting back on track here. From Enrique, $300. Real Life Fake Wizard, did you enjoy Mexico? I did. I enjoyed Mexico quite a bit. I was there for funny enough, a step wedding. And by step, I mean, it's not blood. The wedding that I was there for was not blood related. It was a step wedding, but I love them. They're good people. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I will say I'm happy to be back. Not so much like in my country, but I'm happy to be back home. You know, the kind of thing of like when you're away from home for a long time and you're just happy to be back home. Like that's how I feel. The people that I was with were extremely stressful, but the Mexican people were sweethearts the whole time. I really very much adored how nice they were and how helpful they all were. Like even in the airport, I'm running on a single brain cell and I'm trying to print it. They screwed up my tickets, getting the app to work, and the help that I got and the TSA people were so nice. I was like, this is the greatest airport I've ever been in. I was in Puerto Vallarta. And I'm like, this is normally I'm flying out of Newark, New Jersey, which is a hellhole filled with assholes. And no, PVR airport was fantastic. Really loved it. Yes, your country was incredibly kind to me, and I appreciate that very much. Very, very much appreciate that. Yes, actually, so this is a really great comment. So gotta appreciate hospitality. So for you out there, here's a really great book recommendation. It's called, oh crap, I forgot. It's oh yes, Unreasonable Hospitality. That's the book. Here's a book recommendation for today. Unreasonable Hospitality. It is about being in the service industry and how to maximize hospitality. It's pretty self identified there. Great book. Great book. Here we go. Do you reveal your secret identity to did you Oh man. Oh, you guys want the tea? You guys want the tea? Okay, so here's the story here. This is a really thank you for this comment. So this is in reference to when I was at this wedding, I had put on Twitter, I said something along the lines of, chat, I need your help. There's this beautiful girl here at the wedding who's very much into me. Should I tell her that I dress up like a wizard to make YouTube videos? And the chat, you guys follow me over on Twitter, overwhelmingly said yes at a 244 votes. And it was almost immediately. It was almost immediate. It was like 80% instantly said, yes, be a fake wizard versus no, be a real man. Did I reveal my secret identity? I did. I did reveal my identity. And it won't be moving further. that relationship ain't going nowhere. For more than one reason. And it had nothing to do with me being a fake wizard. It had to do with the fact that she was still hung up. She was still very much emotionally invested in a man who was a drug dealer and delivered those drugs via a Razor scooter. And I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all. Oh my God, you guys. There's a lot of stories there. There's a lot of yikes. But I did reveal my identity, and it was because my family was there and they were all in on it. They know that I'm the fake wizard. And it was funny. So I started talking about it, and then my cousin, she was like, "Wait a second, you're a wizard." And then the girl was like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean you're a wizard?" I'm like, "Yeah, I dress up like a wizard, and I stream to hundreds and hundreds of people on Sundays." And she was like, "Oh wow, that's neat. That's cool." And that had nothing. And like I kind of played it off. It actually worked pretty well for that part of the conversation. But yes, the reason that relationship is not moving forward is because she's still very much hung up on her ex-boyfriend who delivered cocaine via a Razor scooter because he couldn't drive. Boom. I gotta tell you, my friends, I feel so good about myself after this trip. The word that I am using is resolute in how much confidence I have in me after this. So I hope you can all enjoy that. I'm sure I will have to put more stories out there at some point. I'll talk about this. It was really this is truly dating in 2025. This is what you have to look forward to if you're here dating in the real world. The beautiful women are hung up on drug dealers that are delivering via Razor scooters. Yikes. Not fun. Not fun at all. Great comment. Thank you for reminding me. That was wonderful. Here we go. Fallen Order for a $4.99. Wizard, do you know what day you will be at the Greenville Comic-Con? I want to make sure I'm off that day. I live in the Greenville area. So I don't. Well, let's hang on now. I am going to be at the Southeast Game Exchange. Let me pull it up here. Let me get it. I'm going to pull it up proper. Southeast Game Exchange. And that's in Greenville, South Carolina. Let me do the screen share. And I will be there all 4 days, all 3 days. 18th, 19th, 20th. I will be there all 3 days. Hold on. I'm gonna screen share here so you guys can see where I'm going. Share screen. Share this. Okay. I don't see it. Chat, can we get a confirmation? Did this share the screen properly? Did this come through? I don't think it came through. I don't think it came through. I know, got to remove that because it did not come through. StreamYard, you're really sucking right now. StreamYard's dropping the ball. Here we go. All right, that's it. Yes, I'm going to be here. Southeast Game Exchange 2025, July 18th to the 20th. We're going to have a booth, okay? They haven't properly announced us going yet, but I've got the email confirmation. We will be there. We will be there with a booth. I am trying to get a panel, so we're going to do a panel as well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be there. Isaac, my business partner, we're going to be working together. We're going to do a creativity panel on like 3 or 5 ways to be more creative. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be in the full outfit. Please go to this if you can. Come check us out. I want this because, look, guys, I spend a lot of time working in the Comic-Con sector. I've spent a lot of my professional career outside of being a wizard working in the Comic-Con circuit, right? And so something that a lot of cons don't do is hang out and feature and shout out and work with content creators like myself. And so this event is really a great melting pot meeting point for a bunch of creators. So if we look at the guests here, a lot of the people going as we scroll down are really, really good content creators. They're really, really good producers. So I'm going to be there with these people. I'll be there with them in person. We got Camelot's going. I've interacted with Camelot quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. Cool dude. Looking forward to meeting him. Smash JT is going so that we can debate about Nintendo in real time, in person, just like we did on Saturday Night Hypnosis last weekend. So that's going to be good. But there's a few people here that are going, and I know that there's a lot more that they're going to be announcing. This is really cool. This is really kind of cool that instead of, because let me be completely clear with everybody, okay? Comic-Cons have turned into celebrity petting zoos. Okay? Comic-Cons, whether it be a small local con or it be a big one in your city or the biggest one in your state or New York Comic-Con or San Diego, they've turned into celebrity petting zoos. You have to pay a lot of money to attend to get in the door. Then you're paying a lot of money to interact with these celebrities and pat them on the head and take a selfie with them, get an autograph that's not worth anything. Those celebrities are charging a fortune to the promoters of that show, of the promoters of that event, for them to be there. And so for this event here, which does have a couple of celebrities attached to it, does have a couple of people that were parts of big AAA games. Like, for instance, we've got a couple of people from Resident Evil that are here, which is nice, right? That's good. We want that. We like that. But it's also, the event here is for fans, right? It's a fan event. It's much more fan focused by featuring lots of these creators here. And I think that's a cool thing because most of these people who are making content here, all these people here, they're fans. They're fans first and foremost. So I really appreciate that. And I want this to work because, and here's why I want it to work. I want to send a signal to all the other conventions that this is the way you win now. This is the way you get more people coming to your shows. This is what's going to work. The only way that we do that is if we get lots of tickets sold. So major shout out to this event. Thank you for featuring me. Like, they're featuring me as a guest with a table and everything. Like, I'm thankful for that. And that's going to be really fun. So, yes, Wizard, do you know what days you'll be at Greenville Comic-Con? I will be there July 18th, 19th, and 20th. And looking forward to seeing you. You just remind me who you are, and that's for everybody, not just this super chatter here, not just Fallen Order. Remind me who you are, and would love to meet you there. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really great. And I'm super thrilled. Normally, when I do conventions, I'm running around like a headless chicken because I'm running things. And here, finally, it's going to be like we're hanging out with you guys. And that's going to be great. That's fun. So, Midnight Malcontent says, wish I could go. That's okay. It's a big ask to travel. It's a big ask to go to these things. And that's another reason why it's going to be our focus, me and the Wizard team's focus, to try to attend more of these things. We're going to try to go to other conventions. I don't care if we're traveling all over the country. We're here for it now. I think it is more important than ever before that we are interacting with people, with real people, whether not just me, but for you guys as well, to make friends with like-minded people and to have open discussions about these things. I am sick and tired. Here we go. Now I'm going to get on the soapbox. I am sick and tired of content creators, and you know them all. You know many of them, of content creators who tell you one thing. Oh, I'm not buying the Switch 2. Oh, I'm not going to see that movie. Oh, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I am doing this. I am doing that. And then they rug pull you, and they don't honor their integrity. They don't honor their words. I'm sick and tired of that. And I think the best way to hold people accountable to it is for real interactions again. Is for real people to have real interactions. I do believe in that. I believe in people coming together. That's what matters now. That's what matters now. Against the Tide said, did I miss the Superman talk? You did not. You did not. This was a 42-minute announcement fest of all the announcements that we got going on, because we got a lot of people going on. Toasty with the mosty 69 says, I wish I can go. Well, we're sorry you're going to miss you at this one. I think, and I saw your comment before, am I growing a real beard? I am. I am growing a real beard now. I don't know if I'm going to keep it for very long, but I have this thing of like, I have this theory of like, I'm going to let the beard grow in until it gets too itchy, and then I'll get rid of it. But I do think I am going to keep it for a while. How does the Wizard get to a specific Comic-Con? Does the place have to invite him, or how does that work? That's a great question. That's a great question. I think it just depends on the event. It depends on the event. I wouldn't mind invitations. Some of them I will apply for myself, like New York Comic-Con. I've applied to that. I don't know if they're going to accept me, but I'd love to meet everyone there. I don't want to miss anyone there. And but we'll see. That's a good question. I think it really depends on the circumstance, though. Depends on the situation. It's a good question. Okay. Have we ranted enough? Do I have any announcements more I need to make? I probably do. Let's take a look. Okay. Announcement. We talked about the indie game reviews. Big shout out for those of you who may have missed it. We're going to be featuring indie games. If you're a developer or you know of an indie game that needs a little love, reach out to me. It's Twitter, Discord, connect with me. Let me know about your games. We're going to be featuring your games. Pal World, if you want to play Pal World with me, we're going to be starting the stream later today with that. Join me on there. I'm going to be putting a server information up. You got to join the Discord to do that, fakewizard.com. Okay, it's time. It's time for us to get into today's topics. For real. My friends, I don't care about anything anymore. I don't care anymore. Here, here's the third clip of the day. I don't care about James Gunn's Superman. Okay? I don't care about Fantastic Four. I don't care about Assassin's Creed 17. I don't care about Halo coming back or whatever they're going to do there. I don't care anymore. We got some topics and articles I'm going to pull up. And the overall conclusion to every one of these things is I don't care. And I know that I'm not alone in these sentiments. No one cares anymore. No one cares. And that's okay. That's a good thing. If you yourself are looking at the marketing being done for Superman and you think, I don't really care. If you look at Jurassic World coming out and you think, I don't really care. If there are games that are dropping from AAA developers right now and you think to yourself, I don't really care, that's not on you. That's on them. That is on the marketers, the creators, the producers, the financiers, the creatives who are giving you zero reason to care. Life has been sucked soullessly out of so many things that we used to love. And it is their job to sell you. It is their job to earn not only your money, they also have to earn your time. They also have to earn your time investment. Okay? It's very important. Let's really talk about this because most people don't like this discussion, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. You know, there's a common term that gets floated around in the gamer sphere about backlogs. Oh, that's okay. I don't need to play Assassin's Creed Shadows. I have a backlog of games. Oh, that's okay. I don't need to play whatever the game is. I have a backlog of games. Okay. Well, see, I remember being in the GameCube era. I remember the PS2 era. I remember the PlayStation 1 era. I remember the Xbox 360 era. And I also know that me personally, as a kid who had a gaming, not addiction, but I played a ridiculous amount of video games, I didn't have backlogs. I didn't have large swaths of backlogs. You may have the occasional 1, 2, 3 games you haven't played yet. Fine. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. But when we talk about the term backlog now, it usually involves 20, 30, 40, 50 games that you've never played, that you may not even have bought yet. People consider backlogs to be, oh, well, I'll get to it eventually. Here's the truth I believe about backlogs. And I posted this on Twitter. It could be because you don't have the time to play these games. Okay, that's fair. It could be because you don't have the purchase of that game. Maybe you haven't bought it yet, but you still consider it a backlogged game. Maybe it's because you haven't maybe you have bought the game. You just haven't played it yet. Okay, well, there's a lot of there's all these factors here as to why you haven't played it. But here's the honest truth that I think we need to start facing. It's because you don't care enough. You don't care enough to find the time to play those games. Okay? And that is not your fault. That's not on you. That's on them. That's on the marketers. That's on the creators. That is on the discussions that happen online. And that doesn't mean the games in your backlog are bad. I was talking to my brother about this concept, and he says, well, wait a second, because my brother's much younger than I am. He's much younger than I am. He says, well, I haven't played Skyrim. I haven't played Oblivion. Those are in my backlog. I'm like, yeah. And that means, respectfully, Bethesda hasn't earned your investment time. They haven't earned your money yet, which means they haven't earned you. So this whole backlog discussion that's really keeps popping up, we need to rephrase that. Why do we have backlogs? Why do we have 30, 40, 50 games that we've got sitting there that we haven't played? It's not like, how many of you are going to sit on your phones after this stream is done and scroll on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or something? right? How many of you we're going to raid somebody maybe, and we're going to just watch more streamers, right? Or maybe you're going to log back in on Minecraft. God bless you. I love Minecraft. I was playing it a couple weeks ago. Got back into Minecraft for the first time in years. It's a good time. How many of you going to join me on Pal World later, right? That's an old game. But I think of the games in the backlogs, and I just don't care to pick them up. And that has nothing to do with the game itself. It has to do with the messaging around it. It has to do with the marketing around it. It has to do with the positioning of how we all think of these games. And they haven't earned either your money they haven't earned, or they haven't earned your time. They haven't earned your time. If I pull up my Steam right here, I'm just going to name some games in my Steam library that I haven't played yet. Okay. Here's some of the things in my backlog on my Steam. Mind you, I'm not really a Steam player. Divinity 2, haven't played that. That's a good one. That's probably the biggest one. Divinity 1. Dragon's Dogma 1, haven't played that. Lord of the Rings, War in the North. Always wanted to go back to that. I played that in the Xbox 360 days, didn't finish it. Was always hoping to go back to it. I just don't care, right? Portal 2, haven't finished that. Saints Row 4, haven't gone back to that. A whole bunch of Star Wars games. Yasuke Simulator, haven't gone back to that. FBC Firebreak, Remedy game, big Remedy title. That came out a couple days ago. I haven't played that. Tainted Grail. Tainted Grail. That's an indie game. We are going to play that eventually. But I just haven't been pulled into it. And I guess really this is a much larger talking point that ties into a lot of things. But what I'm really trying to ramp to is that it's not on us to have to sell these games. It is on us to want to play them. So even if the games are great, and even if the games are amazing, it's on them to make us play them. It is on the movies to make us want to see them. It is on Jeremy Jahns. Some of you may watch Jeremy Jahns. I like Jeremy Jahns quite a bit. He made a point in his most recent video. Jeremy Jahns said that he paid for Elio, the Disney movie that just came out. This movie is bombing at the box office. It is not performing well. And the reason for that is because it's not very good, and it had zero marketing behind it that was meaningful in any way. And he said he went to a screener. What's a screener? A screener is where they invite people to come out and watch this movie to review it for free. So Jeremy Jahns went to a screener where he paid $0 for Elio. And then he said that then he had to pay $15 to see it with somebody else or with family. I don't fully understand the circumstances there. But he specifically noted and discussed the idea that paying for $15 for Elio or having to take your family would be something over $60. And then he says, this movie is not worth that at all. And that's something we really need to put in perspective here. There are content creators out here who are telling you this movie is amazing, this game is amazing, and then oftentimes they're given codes for free, they're invited to events for free, they're given gifts for free, when really they don't have to put their money where their mouth is. But if they did have to buy admission like you and I do, like you and I will, they might be less inclined to tell you how amazing things are. Okay? There are lots of games out there that you may have bought. There are lots of games out there that you may be interested in buying specifically because of what some content creator tells you. And I'm telling you, we should stop listening to the content creators unless they have proven their integrity. That's a big part of this. That's a big part of this. I don't care about AAA modernized, remade, remakes, the conventional bullshit that is coming out of modern Hollywood, that is coming out of AAA gaming. I don't care. I'm not interested in that anymore. I want to compete with them. This is what I started off this stream. This is one of the first announcements, and this is really where I was taking this topic to. It is more important now than ever before that we fight back through two ways. The first way to fight back is to stop giving them your money. The second way to fight back is to support competition. Competition, my friends. We talk about this all the time, and I get a lot of Marxist and socialist viewers or communist viewers who all say, oh, well, there is no such thing as the free market. I completely disagree. Schedule 1, the Steam game, Pal World, the Steam game, Stellar Blade. These are 3 examples of proof that there is still a free market in this world. Okay. These are 3 games that were massively successful based on fan purchases, based on people buying them. Okay. Schedule 1 is a cheap little game, and it's considered a cozy game. That was fun. It was a fun game. Here's a good one here. Expedition 33. The AA indie title done by a small team of developers that hired other people via Fiverr and other companies to come in and do very specific things, very small specific things. That's what we need to support. That's what we need to showcase. That's what we need to be vocalizing. And those are the games that we should be playing. Those are the things that we should be supporting. So let's look at a story that came up recently. Coming to us from, let me see, share this tab instead. Coming to us from my friends over at That Park Place. Superman box office projections plummet below initial expectations as DC and James Gunn brace for opening weekend. Oh no, my friends. Oh no. Superman is falling apart. Let me be clear. I'm going to go full screen. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. It's the title of the video here. I hope it tanks. I hope. And here's the other thing, because I want there to be, I want retribution, in that form of, I want them to lose all the money. I want them to collapse. I want Warner Brothers to go belly up and fall apart. I want Disney to go belly up and fall apart. I want it all to burn. And yet I do still kind of in my heart hope that Superman is a good movie, mostly because I love Superman as a character. Like the way that people love Batman, I love Superman. I love the ideal of hope that Superman brings. So the little kid in me wants this movie to be great. But the wizard in me knows that this movie is never going to live up to the expectations that little kid in me has. This is the beginning of the true end to the superhero genre. If it bombs, if this movie bombs, it will send out a ripple across the world that the superhero genre is unstable, unpredictable, unwell, and falling apart. But something else comes up with that too. It will be the first true death knell for Hollywood. See, because Hollywood cannot guarantee success anymore. My friends, Hollywood is too expensive. It's too bloated. It's too impractical. It's too difficult to make things. It is too unionized. It is too controlled. It is too overseen. It is too, what is it, Sweet Baby Inc? Consulted upon. Small, as you guys are saying in the chat, yeah, Smallville was good. Okay, well, that was a different era at a different time. There is too much bloat in Hollywood for Hollywood to sustain itself. They are not making anything new. They are not making anything original. They are not making anything worthwhile. They are not making things that are convincing to you or me that make it worthwhile to drive 30 minutes to a movie theater. They are not giving us a reason to pay $15 to see Superman. To see Superman. It's Superman. How do you screw this up? You can't give us a reason to pay $15 for Superman? And the truth is, no, they haven't. I will see it because I will cover it here. You may not see it because they haven't earned your money. They haven't earned your time. See, when you're buying something, this is something that comes up in business. For somebody to buy something, there needs to be a monetary investment, which means the buyer needs to be willing to fork over cash, which they've invested their time into acquiring. But then also, they need to be willing to spend their time with said product. In this case, it's a movie. 30-minute drive to the theater, $15 ticket, dipshit kids in the back throwing popcorn and screaming chicken jockey. They all need to get their houses lit on fire in Minecraft, of course. Who wants this? Who wants that? Or the guy talking on his phone or letting his fucking phone ring while the movie's starting. What was the last movie I saw? I don't even know because they're so meaningless. What was the last movie I saw in theaters? Holy crap. It was like 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember the movie I saw 2 weeks ago. Holy crap. I don't remember the last movie I saw in theaters. It wasn't Sinners. No. Sinners was like 2 months ago. Sinners was like, no, it wasn't even Lilo and Stitch. It was something else. I saw something. I don't remember the last movie I saw. This is insane. Don't tell me you missed Godzilla. No. Actually, pivot, side twist. I saw Godzilla. And I saw it in the Regal 4DX, which is like a roller coaster seat. So I'm sitting there, and with every Godzilla step, it sends you like shaking up and down. That was fun. No, it wasn't Lilo and Stitch. I saw something after Lilo and Stitch. I have no memory of it. It wasn't Thunderbolts. No, I've seen something after Thunderbolts. Shit. I have no memory. That's the point. And that's it. And there we go. Therein lies the problem. We literally can't remember the last movies we've seen in theaters. That's insane. Wild. You went to see Lilo and Stitch. I did. Opening day. I saw it opening day. I posted a review video for it here. And in case anyone didn't know, Disney still holds the copyright claim takedown on my video. Yes, I am still a Disney princess because they refuse to release the copyright claim. Wizard saying, I have no memory of it, is Gandalf coded. It is, and I love that. Yeah, you're right. That's funny. So let's read this a little bit. Just a little bit. We're going to read this. Okay. What once looked like a surefire win for James Gunn and the rebooted DC Studios, is now starting to look a bit shaky. According to a new box office tracking, the opening weekend projections for Superman have dropped significantly from an early outlook of 125 million to 145 million, down to a more realistic range of 90 million to a high end of 125 million, depending on the source. That means what was once low-end projection is now the high-end best-case scenario. Oh, man. The Snyder Cut fans, the Zack Snyder fans, are going to be annoyingly rabid when this movie underperforms. And they will be justified in their claims that Man of Steel performed better. If this movie bombs, which it could. Okay, actually, it wasn't Final Destination. I saw something after Final Destination, but thank you. That was close. There is something else. It's going to kill me that I don't know what it is. And now I got to look it up. What the heck was it? I was in the theater. I saw it in the Ballerina. It's Ballerina. The last movie that I saw was Ballerina. Yes. Enrique called it. I enjoyed Ballerina, but I would rather have John Wick 5. Completely agree with you. Ballerina is extremely forgettable. Extremely forgettable because I completely forgot that was the movie I saw. That is the last movie I've seen in theaters. And there was some idiot on his phone. This phone kept ringing. And I was ready to use mean words that are not very wizard-like. Yeah. Man, you go to see a lot of movies. I'm a single guy that dresses up like a wizard to discuss this stuff. So it's part of my schedule. That's about it. Yeah. You see a lot of movies. I wish I enjoyed them more than I do. Fair enough. Okay. It's a considerable fall from grace from what was being touted as the foundation of Gunn's new cinematic universe. Yeah, if this movie bombs, so does DC. Done. The DC studios will collapse. Warner Brothers itself might be on the breaking point of collapse. We shall see. The hype versus the hesitation. The film boasts strong unaided awareness, meaning people are aware of it without being prompted in surveys. It even topped the metric with a score of 30, beating out 2022's Top Gun Maverick, which opened to 126 million. But while name recognition is high, first choice intent, the crucial must-see factor, is trailing well behind recent superhero fare. It's cooked. I think it's cooked. I think Superman's cooked. They haven't done a good enough job of earning your money. They haven't done a good enough job of earning your time. Let me also say this. If this movie is good, I will tell you that it is good. If it is worth your money and your time, I will tell you that it is worth your money and your time. I will see it opening Thursday. I will let you know immediately what I think about it and whether it's worth your time and money. Based on my own opinion. My expectations could not be lower for this film. Could not be lower. The trailers are not promising. The story bits that have come out are not promising. The attitude about dealing with all the baggage that has come with this is not, I don't think they've done a good job of it. But that being said, I still reserve that little shred of childlike hope that this is still a good film. And if it is, I promise I will let you know. That being said, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Like, yes, I'm going to see it. And based on one of the previous comments from that I just pulled up here saying that I go to movies, it's like, yeah, I do go to movies a lot. I talk about them here all the time. I make content out of it. Like, that's fine. That's part of what I do. However, I go to movies hoping to be blown away. I love stories. It is my favorite thing in the world to tell stories, to hear stories, to engage in storytelling. It is, I believe that like life is empty without stories. And so I love going to the movies. I love watching television. I love playing games. I look for emotional connections through stories. And the stories of today that are penned by millennials, that are penned by people, James Gunn folks, modern Hollywood, modernized Hollywood, they're just not there. There's no emotional reverence behind them. They're empty. They're like 50 Shades of Grey without it being a perverted smut book. It's 50 shades of boring, bland, and dull. That's what most stories are today. That's what most of the that's what most of the games are, certainly. That's most of the AAA games are, certainly. And here's a great example for games. I played Expedition 33. I finished it. Went all the way to the end, finished it. I played Expedition 33 to credits. I loved it. I love the story. I love the game. I love the atmosphere. I love the gameplay, even though I was terrible at it. I loved the music. I loved the characters. I loved the acting of Expedition 33. And is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. but it makes you feel. It gives you a reason to care. And when I finished that game, I wanted more Ben Starr. Ben Starr is an actor. He is one of the lead actors on Expedition 33. And when that game ends, I just wanted more Ben Starr. So I booted up Final Fantasy 16, which I had not finished. To this day, I still have not finished Final Fantasy 16. And almost immediately, oh Jesus, I gotta star this and come back to it because I gotta finish this point. I gotta pull up that comment, Kelly. Oh man, I got a lot of things to say there. Almost immediately, having pulled up Final Fantasy 16, I realized this is bloated. This game doesn't give me the reason, and and for the most part, I'm a Final Fantasy 16 apologist. Like I defend the game, but it doesn't give you the reason to care about all the characters in the same way that Expedition 33 just did or just had for me. Okay. There are people that show up in Final Fantasy 16 that I'm like, I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are. The game hasn't given me a reason to care, and yet all the characters are just like kind of not fawning, not romantic, just like, yes, my friend, big hugs. Yes, we are working together and we are the greatest of friends on this adventure together. And I'm like, this doesn't feel earned. I don't really give a shit if any of you died. I wouldn't care. I don't. But if the characters all died in Expedition 33, which some of them do indeed, you care quite a bit. That's really where I wanted to go here today. It's I don't care if Superman does incredible. I don't think it will, and I think it won't because they haven't earned the right from all of us to earn our money. They also haven't earned our time. All right, with that, there are comments here I have to get to. Okay, from Irish Taco 3196 for a 5. What would you think if I said Tears of the Kingdom has shown Nintendo they can make whatever lazy slop they want and people will still mindlessly consume? I would up the ante. I would 100% agree with you, and I would raise that ante and show you the big logo of Pokemon. But then somebody would say, well, wait a second, Irish Taco. They have in their hands the big logo of Mario. And then the next person over is going to have the big logo of Mario Kart. Nintendo has proven. What would I think if that's what you said? Well, it is. I'm going to agree with you 100%. Yes. Nintendo has realized that they can keep selling the formula over and over and over and over and over and over again, changing very, very little. Changing very, very, very little. Maybe they upscale the graphics. Maybe they add the rail grinding like in Mario Kart World. Maybe they add just enough for it to seem and feel new. But it is not radically different to affect the market share that they have consumed, the market share that they have earned. That's the better term. Not consumed, earned. They are not putting their market share at risk with the changing of their games. Give you an example. Pokemon had Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Sapphire, Ruby, very conventional, very much the same, just a changing of generations. But also, jump to Pokemon Coliseum. Pokemon Coliseum was an actual RPG with an actually impressive story, with actually impressive, fresh mechanics on the Pokemon system. We haven't gotten anything like that in a long time. That was like what, 2003, 2004? Long time ago. Okay. Because they realized they don't have to do things like that. They don't have to do challenging things like that. They don't have to write stories. They don't have to hire other companies to come in to make those games. What is it? Genius Sonority was the game that was the developer behind the Coliseum games, XD, right? They don't need to do that. Don't do that. In fact, let's just do what we know works, and we'll manufacturing them, keep printing them, right? Get the factory cranking them out. That's all it is. It's soulless and it feels a little empty. Will of the Fans for 250. What's good, man? Good to see you here. Bro, you were right. I'm a father. I chose that ending. We're going to stream on this. We need a full debriefing on Expedition 33. Also, I too lament the failing of the industry that was built by gamers. Yes, completely agree. And what Will is talking about here is a philosophy that I have on Expedition 33's ending. I believe, and I don't really have enough evidence for this. This is just a hunch, right? I believe that if you're a man, and especially if you're a father, like if you're a dad, if you have children yourself in the real world, not in the video games, not The Sims, if you really have kids and you play Expedition 33 to the end, you are going to very much choose a specific ending of the two that are presented to you. And thank you, Will, for proving that. Spoilers, Will is a dad, and I had told him, we were streaming on his channel a couple days ago, and I said, I think you're going to very much side with one particular ending, because as a dad, you're going to empathize with it to a point where you can't look past it. You very much can't look past it. So, no, thank you, Will. Good stuff. Looking forward to being back on your show again soon. Definitely. Okay, here's a comment that I promised I was going to pull up, and this is probably going to get me into some bad territory, but I don't care. But let's read it. I would say don't diss smut books. You can diss 50 Shades of Grey. I didn't know something could be more poorly written than Twilight, than it's inspired by trash. I do have feelings about that, though I don't really have them fully ironed out and fleshed out. I think there is too much I think I think there is too much in the form of smut books put into the marketplace. Now, that's not me saying that I would regulate them, or that's not me saying I would take away the people's rights to make them. It's like, no, I think we need more that's less. We need more books that are less smutty available. And that's just my personal belief on that. But I also think, and this also carries over into the Gooner conversation in games. This carries into the Goonergate conversation. And like, I personally don't care for those games. I don't care for the smut books. I don't care for that stuff. Personally, not my interest. But I'm not going to take away anybody's voice or creative opinions to make those things. Like, that's also not on me. So I wouldn't take anybody's ability away to make those things, though I would ask. We make better things than that. I don't think that that's good for us in the long run, personally. I do think that there's a long conversation there to be had, and there aren't all answers. We don't have all of the answers there. So while I personally don't care for it, I wouldn't take away your ability to purchase that and or make it. But I do think we need more. I do think we need more Expedition 33s. We need more. I can't believe Schedule 1s, even though it's a drug dealer game, but it's like, it's the simplest thing, and it's fun, and it's casual, and it's light. We need more Expedition 33s that actually tell compelling stories about family and the fatherhood, tragedy, what it's like, what it's like to be X, right? We need more of that. And less, I would say, perversion, but it's hedonism. It's not perversion, it's hedonism. I believe in a world that we have less hedonism. We bring back heroism. That's the truth there. That's the whole thing. That's what I want more of. I want more heroes, less hedonism. Smut books are a promotion of hedonism. That's all. That's what I want. That's what I believe in. That's what I want to see. That's toxic masculinity now. There's a really good comment because this is something I've been battling with a lot lately. Not the toxic masculinity part, but like, what does masculinity mean in this day? What does it mean now? And I've seen some people discuss that masculinity and toxic masculinity, and there's three types of masculinity, and one of them is stoic, and you're unfazed and unbreaking, and then there's like there's the Andrew Tates of the world. There's all of that. I think that's all bullshit. I think that's all. It's all for views. It's all perhaps manipulation, and I feel like. And again, here's another topic. I don't have all the answers in front of me right now. This is just I'm talking through ideas with you live here on air, which could get me in trouble, and I don't care. I think real masculinity, or at least my perception of masculinity, is doing the right thing even when it's hard, and even when it's at your expense. And it's that's why I care so much about heroism. That's why I talk so much and I do videos. And there's been a couple of my old videos have been popping off again lately, where I've talked about like male issues and attacks on men. And I really feel passionately about this stuff, because there's a lot of guys that live in this world and they're completely alone. They feel alone, that they think that, they want to be masculine, they want to be men, and the world tells them that they're stupid and disgusting and awful for being men. And that's perpetrated, that's perpetuated by a culture that does hate men. Now, are there bad men out there? Absolutely. There's lots of bad men. They're dangerous. But the thing that keeps bad men in check is good men. Good men who are willing to fight for the things worth being good. They're willing to stand up for goodness. And it's like, it's not even the big things. It's not the big things. It's the little things too. It's the things that people don't see. And it's taking care of yourself. It's taking care of your family. It's being there. It's being forgiving. It's learning how to be forgiving. It's doing the right thing even when it's not the easiest thing. I think that's masculinity. And we've lost sight of that. We've really lost track of that. There are moments, and it's like an everyday thing, I believe, where you're given every day. We're faced with choices, whether you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. You're faced with choices every single day. And deep down, if you pause and ask yourself, what's the right thing to do? And it may not be black and white. It may not be so cut and dry. But if you stop for a moment and ask yourself, what's the right thing to do? It may not be the thing that's most lucrative. It may not be the thing that makes you the most money. It may not be the thing that you'll be happy with the consequences, but there is the right thing to do. And I think that's the root of masculinity. We need more of that. We need more of that. If I could use my foolish appearance, as many people think, and I could talk about these things as a real person and talk about the real life part of my channel name, we need to stand up for our integrity. We need to. This is a conversation I had with Smash JT on the last Saturday Night Hypnosis. It's so important. And he asked me a question of like, well, where is the line, right? Well, where is the line for me personally? Like, will I buy Nintendo games? And it's like, no, I won't. I won't buy a Switch 2. I do not own one. Would I like to own one? Sure. I would like to play on the Switch 2. I like Pokemon. I love Fire Emblem. I like Metroid. Would love to play it. Would love to buy one. But I won't. Because I believe we need to have these conversations. And you might have one right now. But then I would pose the question to you, to me, to all of you watching, to everybody else, to anybody on all the other channels. Where is the line? At what point do you care? At what point do you have to take a stand for what you believe in? At what point are you activated to say, screw these assholes? Now it's my problem. Now I am going to stop buying. Now I am going to stop playing. Now I am going to have to better myself. Now I am going to have to learn how to tell stories. Now I am going to learn how to make my own games. There is more information out here than ever before. You can become anything. It doesn't just have to do with games and movies. Like, just in anything, you can learn anything right now. These little devices that we have. This is a phone. Some of you have iPads. Some of you are watching this on your television. Some of you are watching this on the computer. We have never, in the history of humanity, been given the gifts that we have now to become and do anything that we've ever wanted to do. So we talk about, wow, this is a really great side tangent here, but that's what I believe masculinity needs to be, is putting the integrity first, putting your integrity first, understanding that you need to have some. You need to have some for you, and especially everybody else that relies on you, and especially everybody else in your family that you care for or care about. You got to put the integrity first, and then you got to be able to be willing to make the hard decisions that takes care of not only you, but everybody around you. So that's super important. That is so important. And that's I'm so sick and tired of movies, games, television, entertainment, stories that are supposed to give you reasons to be inspired by things that should be inspiring to you. And they're all filled with hedonic garbage. Lilo and Stitch. Ohana means family. No, it doesn't. Not anymore. We talked about this last week. That idiot director came out and said, oh, no, well, sometimes family doesn't stick together. Bullshit. Bullshit. Then make a new movie. Make a different movie. Don't call it Lilo and Stitch. Go make something else. Oh, what's that? No one's going to come see it if you call it something else? I understand. So it's not about honoring the source material anymore. It's not about making something good or good-hearted or good-spirited. It's not about making something that promotes heroism. It's about injecting your bias about the world into something that is already popularized. That's what it is. There are people who take that concept that I've just described, and they'll describe, they can take it in many different ways, right? So everything I just said about Lilo and Stitch, right? Oh, okay. Well, it's, it's hijacked. It's losing, it's destroying the original message. Like, yes. Some people will say it's politically charged. I don't know. I don't know about that. Some people will say it's incompetence. Oh, it's just incompetence. Maybe. And maybe it is politically charged. And maybe it is incompetence. Maybe it's a mixture of everything. Maybe the people don't know how to tell stories anymore. Maybe it's intentional. Maybe it's Maybelline. But I think the honest to God truth is that they're taking out heroism and replacing it with hedonism. That's it. That's the truth there. That's the reality. And that's my fight. That's where I'm really here for. That's what The Acolyte was. Many of you may know this, some of you may not. I started this channel to cover Star Wars The Acolyte as a lifelong Star Wars fan. And that's what The Acolyte was. It was self everything. Everything about the self, which is the antithesis to Star Wars, the complete opposite of what Star Wars represents. Okay? Complete opposite. And The Acolyte was all about the self and hedonism. So that's my fight. That's what I'm after. And we're gonna keep fighting on that one. But I could, and here's the truth: I could rant about this all day. But we got one more big topic to talk about. We got one more big one, and this came up. I was on another stream a few days ago, and we came up on this. And so the host presented this topic, and then asked the panel, "Well, what do you guys think?" I'm going to pull up the article in a second. Bear with me. Presented the topic. What do you guys think about this? And you know what my first response was? I don't care. I don't care anymore. Let's find out what it is. Let's go ahead. Let's pull it up. Rebel Ridge star Aaron Pierre should be the next James Bond. Well, Wizard, what the heck are you talking about here? What is going on? Now we're talking about James Bond? Huh? Gasp. I didn't know this was a James Bond channel. It's not. I just wanted to take a moment to say, I don't care about James Bond. I don't care. That should be, we got to get merch or something that just says, I don't care anymore. I don't care. You could make James Bond into, and I don't know, make up anything. An Asian woman that is 67 and a half years old, who is 3 feet tall, or maybe she's not. Maybe she's 7 feet tall. James Bond is now an Asian woman, 67 and a half years old, that is 7 feet tall. And you know what? I don't care. Not even a little. Not even a little bit. You know why I don't care? Because James Bond has lost all of its meaning. James Bond as a character has lost all of its value. It doesn't matter anymore. Oh, here, great question. Big Ben says, is she hot? Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but according to me and the vision that I had in my brain, she's not at all. That was my vision of this character was not attractive in the least. But remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But that all goes to say, no one really cares about James Bond anymore. Now, why is that? Why is that? Well, it's because they destroyed the James Bond legacy in the last series of films. Sure. Amazon has acquired the license to James Bond now, and James Bond is going to become another franchise commodity. It technically already was, but now it's going to be even worse. And my response to that is, I don't care, baby. I don't care. Make whatever you want. Go ahead. Go ahead. You need to earn my money. You need to earn my time. You need to earn my investment. And not just mine, all of you watching here in chat. There's over 350 people watching right now. Shout out to all of you. Amazon needs to earn your interest, your money, and your time. Whatever the hell they're doing here, I don't think they're going to earn shit. And I have no problem with Aaron Pierre. Aaron Pierre is a really good actor. I got no problem with Aaron Pierre at all. But the stories here, the positioning of the stories, the idea that you cannot ask questions, you cannot comment on this, you cannot criticize the idea that maybe Aaron Pierre is not the best for James Bond. I don't think he's going to be a good fit, but I think he's a good actor, but I don't think he's Bond. And you can't talk about that. They don't want you to talk about that. You're not allowed to complain. You're not allowed to criticize. And I don't even think it has anything to do. I don't even care about the race factor. I just said, go ahead. Cast an Asian lady to do it. Go for it. See what happens. In fact, Hollywood, you won't do it. Hollywood, you're not going to cast an Asian lady that's 7 feet tall and 67 and a half years old as James Bond. You won't do it. Won't do it, Hollywood. No balls. Hollywood, you got no balls. We don't give a shit who's cast in these roles anymore because the movies and stories aren't worth going to anyway. So it doesn't matter. It don't matter. Cast whoever you want. Oh, well, we got the best person for the job. That doesn't mean shit when the story is terrible. That doesn't mean anything when the story is uninteresting, when the characters are not worth investing your energy into. It doesn't matter, and I don't care anymore. I'm about to be 30. I don't know anyone my age that gives a damn about James Bond. Seriously. I don't know anyone my age that gives a shit about James Bond at all. I don't know anybody younger than me that cares about James Bond at all. The only thing about James Bond that I really care about would be GoldenEye, because I remember playing it on the N64 with a cousin, with really I would say an older brother, right? There you go. Hey, perfect. Censor says I don't care, and I'm over 30. Hell yeah, that's it. There you go. That's the point. I lost interest a while ago. A lot of people have. A lot of people have. Wait, 30? Why did I think you were older than that? Because I have a really long gray beard. That's probably why. That's probably why. Man, GoldenEye was so good. Man, GoldenEye was iconic. GoldenEye was incredible. It was very good. And that was it, you know? It was Pierce Brosnan was fun. And then when Daniel Craig took over, I just didn't really care. I just didn't care anymore at that point. I enjoyed the Brosnan films. I enjoyed GoldenEye. That was good. And good question here. Looking forward to the new 007 game. Not really. Not really. As time passes, I just don't really care. I don't care. They haven't that trailer that they put out didn't really earn my excitement. It seems very perhaps modern. And I don't know if I really care for that. I don't know if I really care for it. Will I play it? Perhaps. Probably. Well, let's find out more about it first. Let's see if it's worth my money and my time. And that's I think there we go, man. That's where this whole stream is supposed to be. That's what it's all about. I think we should all start gauging the things that we interact with, the media we consume, the products that we purchase with, has this earned my money and has it earned my time? And I think that's really where I want to leave things off today. I think that's the moral, that's the message, that's what I wanted to come in with. I don't care about the modern crap anymore. I have no reason to. They haven't earned my time and they haven't earned my money. And if we all started thinking like that, if we all started pausing for an instant, we start pausing and asking ourselves, have they earned my money and my time? We may be a little more inclined to set that line that I talked about. We might be a little bit more inclined to care about what we spend our time and money on. So it's very important. It's something worth considering. It's something worth talking about. And with that, let's go see. Let's see if anybody else is available right now. Let's see if we can raid someone else and go shout out with a wizard raid. It is 2:30. Is anybody else streaming, chat? Let me know. Let me know if there's anybody we should raid right now. Oh, yes. Yes, there is. We're going to raid Kada. He's playing Stellar Blade. Shout out to my friend Kada here. He's a good guy. All right. Kada is live. We're going to go raid Kada. All right. I need you all to go over there and say wizard raid. All right. Join the Discord, fakewizard.com. Pal World stream tonight. Pal World stream tonight. All right. If you want to play with me, we're going to be playing Pal World. I got a server going up. Join the Discord server. There's a chat in there looking for people that want to play the game. Come join that. I'll be putting everything in the Discord. Saturday Night Hypnosis panelist. I will be there starting every Saturday. We got a lot going on. Love having you here. We hit over 350 people today across all platforms. That is amazing. Shout out to you. We got more videos in the works. Good stuff on the way. Until next time, create, innovate, and inspire others to do so as well. And I will see you next time. All right? You be well. Bye-bye.